it's Christy from SavingDollarsAndCents.com, and I wanted to hop in here and share one of the simplest dessert recipes that you can make using fresh strawberries and just 2 other ingredients. So easy, so fast. My family loves it, and I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to make. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this down so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so you're just going to use a square dish like this, some whipped cream, of course our strawberries, and graham crackers. And so we're going to go ahead and start with the whipped cream. And this recipe, you guys, is so easy, and that's what I love. I love easy recipes that are super fast. They don't require a lot. I mean, there's a lot of recipes on the website that require a lot of work, like extra work. This one is not one of those. And what I really like is that even like on a day like today, when I was just sort of spontaneously, like spur of the moment, decided, you know, let's have a dessert. You can do that very easily. 1 second here. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is just spread some whipped cream on the bottom, and then you're going to take your graham crackers, and I like to break them up a little bit. That way, as they are sitting, they can kind of like get a little soft. So you're just going to go ahead and put those in on top of the whipped cream, just like this. Oops. So this recipe is kind of like making a dessert lasagna, and you're just going to break in some pieces so that you're filling it all in like that. So I'm going to set those aside, and then you're going to go ahead and add another bit of sour cream on top of the sour cream. That wouldn't taste very good. Whipped cream on top of those, and once we're finished making this, the whole thing is like going right into the freezer for a few hours, and that's going to allow the whipped cream and the strawberries and everything to kind of combine and taste really good. Okay, so then we're going to add some strawberries on top of that. We're going to try to make it in an even layer. And you can make this with as many layers as you want. It just depends on how many strawberries and whipped cream you have, really. So then after I do that, I'm going to add some more strawberries on top of those, or more strawberries, graham crackers on top of the strawberries. And the recipe says to stick this in the freezer after you're done putting it all together. Oh, my dog's going to be very happy about that. It says to stick it in the freezer for 4 hours, but since it's already pretty late in the day, I'm probably not going to stick it in the freezer for 4 hours. But the longer you put it in the freezer, the better, the more the more combined the flavors will be. So the more like a cake this will become like. Because I guess I want to say the graham crackers get mushy, but not really because they're frozen. So we're going to just spread that all around like that. We'll get a little more. So, and I have on the Saving Dollars and Cents website, there's a recipe for homemade whipped cream if you prefer not to use the store-bought. But like I said, I wanted this recipe to be so easy, and using the store-bought whipped cream just saves a lot of time. But you could buy some heavy whipping cream like this and just whip it up really, really good with some sugar and make your own whipped cream and use that instead if you prefer. I know some people prefer to make their own, and I do too when I'm really in the baking mood or want to be in the kitchen for a long time. But like on a day like today when I just want to throw something together because we have a sweet tooth and want to have a treat, I'll just go with the easy whipped cream already bought. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put the rest of the whipped cream on top here. And so this is just about done. And if you want it, you could even add some strawberries to the top of this for garnish. In fact, I have some extra strawberries over by my sink that I think I'm gonna go grab real fast to put on top. Oh shoot, where'd they go? Here they are. Okay. So I'm just gonna add a few to the top because we like strawberries. You can never have too many. So I will leave the link to the recipe in the description of this video. If you want to go and head over to savingdollarsandcents.com website, you can print out this recipe to have. Sorry about that. I will also link to the homemade whipped cream recipe in case you prefer to make your own homemade recipe. Again, like I said, I'm gonna lift this up again. Like I said, it's really just a little bit of this. Let's see, I wrote it down. 1 cup of the heavy whipping cream. Sorry, I just lost my light. And 2 tablespoons of sugar. And you just whip it up really, really good. You want to make sure you're using a super cold bowl when you make your own homemade whipped cream. But that's it. So easy to make. But again, because I was wanting to show how fast you could make this strawberry icebox dessert, I went ahead with the store-bought kind. So that's it. That's your dessert. You're going to go ahead and stick that in the freezer for up to 4 hours. I imagine it's 5 o'clock here now. This probably will get pulled out of the freezer in an hour or 2, and it'll still be very good. The longer you leave it in the freezer, the more combined the flavors will get. So that's why I say up to 4 hours. So anyway, if you decide to make your own strawberry icebox cake, please share a picture of it in this group. I'd love to see it. And have a great rest of your Sunday. I'll be back again soon. Bye.